It's Monday, May 17th, and I have to talk some more about the conflict between Israel and Palestine. The more I read and the more I think about it, I've come to the conclusion that the international community can only do just so much to stop this ongoing conflict. If we examine their actions, and I'm talking about the international community's actions, over the past decade, they have done very little except neglect the crisis that has been going on between the Israelis and the Palestinians. There have been no substantive peace talks in more than a decade. Donald Trump's attempt at peace didn't really work out, did it? Right now, the international community is trying to work out some sort of calm. They call it a sustainable calm, which is like putting a Band-Aid on a deep cut or something. So in any event, that's what they're trying to do. But I don't believe that they can really do anything that's truly effective. I think the parties involved are the ones that have to come to the appropriate conclusion. I mean, this is going on for years. This is a story of neglect, of injustices and inequities that go all the way back to the 1948 Palestine War. The situation there and the conditions have only played into the hands of the extremists on both sides, who only want to win. They don't want peace, they just want to win. If that's the attitude that you're going to take in order to get a solution, it's not going to work. Because winning is not a solution in this case. Winning means that somebody lost. The loser will always feel that they have to try again to win. So that's not a good situation. There has to be mutual agreement in a peaceful solution. So if we look at the current situation, it has advanced beyond any of the other skirmishes that have gone on. Hamas has many more rockets than they've had in the past, and they have penetrated deep into the Israeli homeland. And in addition to the rocket fire, we have internal strife in Israel. The Israeli Arabs have taken to the streets in protesting against the treatment of the Palestinians and of the events that took place at the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Not only is Israel fighting an enemy across the border, they have internal, I don't want to call them enemies, adversaries, let's say. They have internal adversaries to deal with. Israeli Arabs are not the equal of the Israeli Jews. So that is a terrible, terrible situation to be in. You're fighting an enemy that's on the other side of a border, and then you have internal constituents who are not on your side. So, if you look at this situation, then you realize that beyond getting help from the international community, you need a lot of help from inside your own countries. This mess is totally intolerable. It's irrational. It's wholly unacceptable. Nations cannot live in fear of mutual terror, and the suffering of the peoples has to stop. I don't know what can make Arabs and Jews live side by side. But I think we need some honesty in this situation. Because what we consider as the Palestinian problem is not going to go away by itself. It has festered for 75 years, and it will continue to fester if the actions on both sides continue to be what they are. When I take a good hard look at this, I realize that the solution to the problem is with the leadership on both sides. Time for Netanyahu to disappear. It's time for Abbas and Hamas to disappear also. Those countries need people who have a vision for the future that is inclusive. I am not so sure they can find those people on either side. But if they don't find those people, if they are not prepared to find the proper leadership in these countries, in this region, then this situation might go on for another 100 years. So when are they going to wake up? Not keep looking for some event that will set the area on fire again. Yes, there was a terrible thing that happened at the mosque, and the Israeli police got out of hand. But there has to be some reasonable solution. And we can't have people firing rockets indiscriminately. And maybe one of the problems with the international community is they're not looking for a solution. They're looking to pick sides and find the winner. This situation in Israel is perpetuated from outside by certain regional empires that don't really want peace. They want this festering to go on. And the only way around that entire solution is better leadership, high quality leadership on both sides of the fence. Abbas has to be gone. Hamas has to be gone. Netanyahu has to be gone. And we need to have some intelligent, very intelligent people. People who have a vision for peace and a way to overcome the discrimination and the atrocities that have been fostered on both sides of the fence. Not a one side is better than the other. One side is right and the other is wrong. This is about overlooking history, getting beyond the past, doing what has to be done as a human being, somebody who knows the difference between right and wrong, somebody who is not driven by the madness of religion. Both sides have to get beyond that, or else there will never be peace. So that's it. I have to end this morning, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.